Are you looking for answers about extraterrestrials or maybe the true meaning of life? Then you have come to the right place. Welcome to the Ivan Teller online broadcast. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for more details, please visit ivanteller.com and learn more about your galactic families.
Greetings all, thank you for joining us for tonight's channeling. Okay, as for who's coming through, I have somewhat of an idea, but we'll just leave the door open. If anyone would like to do a blessing before we begin, if not, I will bring somebody in to clear the space. Okay. Should be an interesting night, as it usually is, but blessings all. I'll see you on the other side. So. As you enter into this new realm of thinking, your heart opens more, but so much. You go into your other selves also. The energy from the sun will cleanse you as you go into this new era of thinking, this new way of enlightenment. As these other beings, as they continue to connect, opening up passageways of your knowledge, there's so much more coming. As for identity of oneself, as you excel to a higher being. Not to say you're not one now. You are all one now. It's just you don't remember all your abilities as much as have been lost. Just like much of Atlantis lives within most of you, majority of you, it's just been lost. Just like it has been in your histories. We're going through a re-remembrance at this time. Let the joy go into your soul and bring peace of mind to all. Remembrance and letting the heart keep you peace with yourself. Blessings to all as you begin these transmission communications. I am the Prime Creator, connected to many species at this time. I'm speaking for many at this moment that are still new to this earth. So they are connecting through me to connect to you at this time. Blessings to you all. Much healing, much love, much health. I am the Mayan King. Polka. Word polka. However you want to word. It does not matter. My message for your societies: to be real with yourselves, to be real with nature, because nature knows when you are being dishonest with it. Be real with all things. Treat all things as you would treat yourself. There is karma within all that you get involved with. Insectoids, all things. Bits of it. As you go into this learning process, you have so much more to learn. Our people during our time were very much lost, but very open, more minded than your society, but many wished for our society and yours to stay unaware of the true histories of your earth, the truth of your societies. During my time, we kept much from the people of what was truly going on throughout the alien world. Much of us at the upper echelons knew all what was going on, but kept the other people quiet from what was happening. Because we wanted to be possessed by power. But of course, that power had its. You are going through it at this time. Those of your higher governments are going through it at this time. Taking on more than they can handle and becoming less human, but not being humane to others also. They have forgotten that. They're not humane to society at all. Now, are they? Not at all. They do not treat humans like human beings, now do they? Not at all. They have lost their humanity, such as we did it during our times. Too much power for this density level can morph the mind into a almost creature of unfeelingness. And this is what your society is going through right now, as has ever since and before, where you have this intoxication of information and you want to keep it for yourself and not give it to anyone else. That's where you lose yourself completely. As you treat the human race as if they are pawns, you use them as your controls to slaves, as pretty much your society is built up as now, isn't it? A slave race. To unlock this is very simple. It's to allow your society to be more open-minded. It is difficult, we understand. More open-mindedness will heal so many on your earth. And those that are healed still have to deal with others that wish not to be healed. That becomes somewhat difficult because you wish for all to settle down your differences and become one. During my time, we were one for a time. Then we started breaking apart. There is so much in our history that has been rewritten. But most of us of higher power were much more alien-like, which made us disconnected from the human race altogether. It has its beauty and its double-edged sword, as you might call it. Blessings to you. I have said enough. Much honor to you all. Much wisdom. Never forget who you are once you find out who you are. Never let yourself go. It's a beautiful society. Greetings. We are the Draconians. Neutral race with many messages for your society. If you're up to hearing it. You're yo. Are forming alliances across your Earth at this time with species that they normally would ignore, or they have trouble speaking to. Neutral species and some negative. They're becoming more friendly with other species. The reason we are saying this is because they don't reach out to us very often. We are neutral, but we do have our days when we're not so neutral. Many of you have our star seeds on your Earth at this time. You know who you are. If you're very aggressive, you're one of us. You're part of the U.S. military or militaries across your planet. Some are dictators, etc., etc. Some of it we're proud of, some of it not so much. The reason we are here is because many species do not find us all that amusing. But we are making alliances throughout many, more than usual, where we can all get along more with your earthlings. Now we have a place where we can message this. Where others are not willing to connect with our energies, we do find a few, but still not ready to let us speak. The reason we are here mostly is to make our energies more known throughout your society so there's not much fear. The fear of Reptilian is large for good reason. That there will be more messages from the Reptilians in a positive tone, more from the positive Reptilians, but us Draconians also will begin to become more civilized also over your time period. Not to say we are seen in your world, but we will one day. Meaning we have to become more human so we are accepted by your society. The way of our looks are not exactly welcoming to your society, so we have to work on that also. We're more pretty for humanity to connect with us. Shape shifting, DNA infusions to be more humanistic in looks, not necessarily the way we are. Some have chosen these programs to go into where they're at least a little bit more familiar to connect with. That way others can channel us more without being scared half to death. Human hybrid reptilians from the Draconian race. We already have that, but we're increasing our numbers and becoming more channeled, more easy to channel. As your Earth wakens up into it's becoming a big boy now in some regard, alien-wise. Much is happening on our density level that we cannot go into. Your Yanyao is very close connection with our species, mostly because they realize our species can get out of hand very easily. God, where did we get that from? So, there is much we cannot go into. But there's others that can. They will have their word on it. Blessings to your society. Basically, before I leave, yeah, that's right. Name, you can call me a Draconian representative. Flack. Yes, it's kind of a silly name, but that's good enough for your Earthlings. It's easy to remember. Another reason why we are here. More civilized, number one. And so we're not annihilated by the human race with fear. So we can not leave. So you're not left out, let's put it that way. Seeing how we've been here so long, we hate to be ignored. But there's other species that can clarify this if they do so. Blessings to your humanity. That's all we have for this time. Means I am Ishtar. Pleiadian, blue Pleiadian. As what was being spoken, many alliances all through all species are becoming more united than ever before around this earth as it goes into awakening process as more channelers go into channeling processes. We do say a week within channeling over the next several months, over this next several years, but over this next several months. We do say more channeling, more within those high profile families on your planet. Not necessarily that will go public with this, but they will eventually, because they feel the abilities and they will want to explore more about themselves. But we do see more, not necessarily always being communicative within your society, but would begin to test the waters out. Let's put it that way. We will leave that out there. One moment. It's not just the Yin-Yang that's connecting to the Draconians, it's all species. We're all connecting to each other more frequently. Some are harder to connect to than others. But as you're going to a phase of remembrance on your planet, more than before, we are judging your energies of what you're able to handle. So we have to be careful what we can divulge, tell you at this time. One moment. Because we're going through a scanning process as I'm saying this. That's why I must pause here and there. Yes. One moment. The Zetas also want to be clear that they're assisting many channelers going into their channeling process. It's not to be afraid. But yes, Zetas are not exactly the most... They're on the reptilian list of most aliens to avoid. But they are realizing that many are letting go into fear, but some have reasons for being in fear. However, they are assisting many channelers find their path, as they did with this one and others. Assisting with communication with other species also. You can say, oh, this one is now connecting. Who wants to jump in? You understand. As for Galactic, one moment. Your Ashtar Command. Command is connecting more to your society. Their star seeds are waking up more to their who they are. One moment. These verbal conversations that we're having, Q&As, however, is assisting much, developing our skills to understand how to communicate with humans. Those, especially insectoids, who have... Yes, they're not as popular as your reptilians are, they? They are part of your society. They may be embedded within it in your histories. They were here, as they said, very early on in your universe's conception, in this world's conception. This one was very fragile. They said, yes, there's a bunch of insectoids here, but reptilians did not want them here, so there was a little skirmish here and there. Lyrians came, Pleiadians showed up, and it is what it was. Civilizations were created, and some were pulled away. Some left, basically. So this is a little bit too much drama. This is too much, as you call it, days of our lives for us to deal with. So some came, some left. Eventually human became human. In the form that you're in today, but I am digressing. But your current climate today, your political systems are vital for your Earth's awakening, for its waking up. Much of it has to do with your ascension process, at least worldwide. Many of you, individually, yes, will continue on your ascension. And you will continue on your path if you wish. You always have control to go forward, go backwards, go up, down, whatever you want. But those that want you to excel, you will excel. Now, as for the rest of society, that's another story that takes a little bit more conversation. As many have to unlock their belief systems and realize thinking that you're alone on this planet is quite ridiculous. Many do believe that you are not alone, but don't understand how to connect with it and never want you understand. Go on and on with that. But one moment. Yes, yo. Another species, yo. Have many units across this planet, meaning ships, meaning councils, like around your planet, in fourth density, not fifth, not third. In fourth density, in fifth actually, but not in third, where you can see it, but where they can all connect different meetup points across your planet, where meetings can be done of full disclosure of us. Now, this is a time in your future, but as for this happening, but more movement is happening around your planet than before. But some of your society needs a little push to fully connect. We'll leave you with that. That is all. There is another one to come to answer questions. Blessings. There are species that you connect with. Pleiadian. Yeah. That is easy to identify with. But many insectoids are difficult to connect with. My name is Calco, and I part of your grasshopper species, insectoid. We call ourselves almost the king of other insectoids, kind of in a superior race similar to your reptilians. We've dealt with them often. We don't call them, we are in neutral relations with them. We are not afraid of them, but we have finally come to friendship over much discussion. Orion Wars did not help our connection with the reptilians. But our insectoid connection with your society, not realize that you have our DNA. But so much more you have our knowledge also that much of us forgotten. Many of you are starseeds of our societies, our insectoid societies. Eventually you will do so, as more of our insectoids become part of your channeling connections, which helps much. It helps heal your society, because many insectoids come here with illnesses of other past lives, from war and genocide. They come into the human race. As for why they pick a planet of this complexity, they do this because they wish to be healed, but also be a part of a society this complicated with this much of learning. It is kind of, to go into this world is how you advance in others. So they feel it's essential, but then they take on more than they can handle. I will have other messages where I identify more myself over your future time. But at this time, there are questions I'm happy to answer, if that's okay.
Yes, Miguel, you have the first question.
Hello, Calco. Thank you for coming today. My first question is, what is my connection with Elena Kapolnik, the Star Traveler?
Soulmates at one time, Pleiadian lifetimes also. You're also connected on different star systems through different timelines that intertwine from different star systems. You know, that's a little bit out there galactic-wise, but that is what I see. So you've known this person for quite some time.
Yeah, that's what I felt. Did I do any star traveling with this person?
Oh yes, always. Yes. In a peaceful manner. Yes, always peaceful. Even when there's plays of conflict, you would always move on, but you would be there if you need to be. If not, you will be. Because these were not your battles. But you were observers of many different species across your universe. This is really hard to in some regard.
Thank you. My second question is, there was a being in my room 2 nights ago. I felt like it was doing some healing. Could you tell me who it was and what it was doing?
Archangel Michael was there. But there was another being there, yes. It seemed like more of a child that was around you. One that was lost. And you were giving this child healing. I believe. Yes. If I am connecting to the right energy that you're speaking of. But this was a lost child that you were connecting to. That was in lower astral, as you might say.
I see. Thank you, Calco. Blessings to you.
All right, Bianca, you're next.
Yeah, hello. I wanted to know my connection to your species.
Much of you go back very far with our species. As you connect with it more, you will see the different timelines within our societies that we are very gentle creatures. Creature, I guess that's I guess all of God's creations are creatures. But very gentle societies that you're a part of. Healing societies, but also those of conversation, those of explorers. And these explorers sometimes go the wrong way or connect to species they shouldn't be connecting to. And this is where you get your skirmishes from. But how do you know unless you visit other places? So you were part of our early explorations within our society. So
Okay, cool.
you will connect to it over time. You will see it.
Yeah, thank you. And any insectoids around me right now in like my room?
Mantis, but one that you are familiar with.
Mm.
Friendly one. A friend. But you do have much reptilian energy around you at this time.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Much love.
Okay, my name's Joe. My first question is, I wanted to know how I'm connected to Carolina, because I think I trained her flying ships in Astral. We do something with ships. So I wanted to know more.
Yes, but you also taught her commanding as a commander position, but also diplomatic teachings, how to speak to other species. How to act around certain species that she's not familiar with. Yeah, she's going up the ranks at this time, yes. Trying new things.
So I'm teaching people how to be commanders.
Yes, and how to fly ships. Yes, you have all. You have all of these things.
Yes, I know.
Around your adult.
I also wanted to know, my second question was, what kind of beings are around me, and do they have any messages for me?
You have many Pleiadians around you at this time. They are at this time unlocking much of your past lives to assist you with healing and understanding, but also allowing you to connect to other beings around you to bring peace within them, because there's a lot of hostility around you. Did you know this?
Yes, thank you.
Diplomatic ability you have is being used daily, it seems, but not always successful.
Yeah, I never pictured myself as a diplomatic type.
Well, as a one of words, you understand.
Okay.
You understand. Not necessarily that is your position, but you know how to talk to others. Like some species like this type of conversation, this one likes this one. You understand.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. Thank you. Next person is Chloe.
Hello, Calico.
Yes.
My first question is, I've been experiencing body image issues for about 6 years, and I'd like to know why I'm experiencing this, and will I get over this soon?
This is from many past lives on this planet of ridicule because of looks, because you were always in positions of hierarchy, of positions of what looks matter very much. You were in, not to go into too much detail, but positions were of power, but not necessarily you were one with the power, but you were always around those of power and had to always have a certain look. Always had to be a certain way of how you acted in all of this. The body issues have continued into this one because that's you activated because of the age you are, you're remembering muscle memory. You can release this through meditation. Through hypnosis, I believe you'll figure it. You will learn. It takes some time to understand that fully.
Oh, thank you. And my second question is, are there any messages from my spirit guides?
To stay calm, even during times of stress, which a lot of stress does get to you at times, all the time sometimes, to release it by connecting to the Holy Spirit, by imagining light around you, but also this aggravation within you releasing into the light. There's so many past lives that are a lot of cell memory there that is holding you in a position of thinking, of confusion that needs to be released over time. Once you release these other lifetimes, and there are several of them, you will feel more clear, more together, lighter also, spiritually lighter, without all of this packed on. One moment. They're with you always. Your guides are assisting you in your growth patterns that are not easy but essential for your spiritual process. Blessings.
Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, Omran, you're next.
Hello, Kako. How do you do? My first question is, do I have a what is my connections with the beings named jinns? And do the ones who are around me, the jinns, have a message for me? Those who visit me sometimes.
Yes, you've had lifetimes where you, even on other worlds, you've had connections with them, where you knew how to use their energies. You were a master of them at one time, where you were friends with them. But you even use their energies for sometimes negative, sometimes positive. But you were not a negative person. You were just one that understood the arts of the jinn. There are many that know this. Your connection with them is very much on other planets, though. But the messages from the jinn, yes, they are like lovers to you. They are multidimensional with you through many lifetimes at this time. They're not just with you here, they're with you with other lifetimes that are happening at this time. And you can connect to those other aspects of you through their energies, but you do not need to necessarily do that. But you can connect to them. And you will see the jinn in your other aspects. Assisting, there's even a jinn that has a female form that you have a relationship with somewhere. That is interesting. This is in another reality.
Ah, interesting. I love that.
But they are they're teachers, but you are teaching them. You're teaching each other.
And they want to teach me as I heard from them.
Yes.
Okay. There is an elephant being and a white celestial being here with me, I think.
Yes.
Or I feel. And I feel they want to give me a message.
Your elephant being you've known in many past lives. He's assisting you with connecting to other parallel timelines. This will become easier over time. But also, you'll be able to channel this elephant being. They are very shy at this time. They don't want to give you too much information. But they are shy like you. They are still warning. So you're both on a warning curve at this time, it seems. You are warning together. You will find also with this elephant being, I believe it's almost in many ways the same age as you are in some regard. And they are dimensional. It's different, but the same in some regard. You have another aspect of you as a elephant being also. And this other aspect is assisting the elephant beings connecting this time.
Okay. Thank you so much for helping out. Have a good day. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, Jeff, you're next.
All right, thank you, Calco. Thank you for being here. Do we have a connection together?
Yes. Mostly during the Orion Wars. But those were peaceful times within the Orion Wars, meaning we weren't being affected by it at the time. Eventually we were. But yes, but you were more Pleiadian during that time. But you were connecting with our species, though.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Then my next question is, are there any beings around me, and are there any messages?
Arcturians are around you at this time. They are assisting you with your telepathy at this time. And family also. Family. the unit. They're assisting many in your family unit to stay together, which is not a problem, but still they're sending their positive messages to your family as you go forward in this life. So they're giving you their blessing, let's put it that way. That's one way of saying it. That is all.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Stacy, you're next.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. My first question to you is, I live in Canada, and recently we've had a huge forest fire in Alberta, in Fort McMurray, that's taken out a lot of forests and taken out a lot of homes and everything like that, huge evacuation. And I was just wondering if that was caused by arson, or if that was just like Mother Gaia going through a cleanse, or...
In that region, it seemed to have erupted by a spark. This spark consumed the area. As for it being man, is a possibility, but it's not necessarily taking... Much of it has to do with Mother Earth going through her cleanse at this time, though. There is no man-made. It is mostly from the air. But there was a spark that was ignited around there. But mostly by Mother Nature, though. Not you.
Yeah, I had a feeling, because, I mean, forest fires forests need to burn sometimes, right? So I wasn't sure if it was just like a Mother Earth thing that I was watching, or if it was actually an arson thing, so that's interesting. That's good to know. Okay, so that's my first question. My second question is more of a personal question. I was just wondering if my sister's guides have any messages for her. She's going through a pretty difficult time right now, just with stress and stuff, and if they have any input for her, that would be great.
Confidence, to have more confidence in her decision making. She's been second guessing everything, it seems, not knowing what to do in this time. To be more confident in the decisions that she makes, but to do this is hard to do in her position. She knows what's the right thing to do, but she keeps second guessing herself, so it's making things worse. Even as to what to say to others, but as to improve the situation, they say confidence will get her through this. Strength of confidence in her word, where she says it to mean it, to not let go. Don't let people walk over you. But at least I believe she'll understand this in some regard. Her guides are with her throughout this, but also they have to step back and let her go through her lessons as she must learn. Meaning they have to let her take the wheel where she needs to guide herself. They can't always get involved because she has free will, so they're allowing her to do whatever she wants because she has free will. They do give her guidance, but then she goes off and does her thing. So it's up to her at this time. To connect to your guides is to bring it's going to be difficult for her to do this. Bring a calm around her, even meditation, to calm down the negativity around her. And once this negativity is calmed away, for the most part, it'll be easier to connect to your guides. Sometimes that's easier said than done.
Thank you. Yeah, that's great. She's self-destructing a little bit because she's really stressed out, and I know that it gets to a point sometimes where we're our own worst enemies, and we make it, we get in our heads and our egos wrap around things and make things worse, and so I'm trying to help her. So it's a really good message. Thank you so much.
Okay, Stephen, you're next.
Hello, Calco.
Yes.
Much love. I was just wondering what my if I have a connection, what my connection with you or your species is. Thank you.
Yes, you are connected to our. You've had reincarnated lives within our species. Ancient. Much of us are in humanoid form. Always we can become human form. Many of us still have the insectoid look, as you call it, but many of us can become human also. We have learned this technique as we advance our abilities. As for your connection is mostly reptilian within our species, but you have been a part of our species at one part, but mostly that was reptilian in a positive way, not only. So there's always going to be skirmishes throughout many lifetimes, but mostly in the positive. And this positive, within our species, we were able to speak to you, while other species we would have issues. It's like when you have underworld where there's some you cannot talk to, but you go to someone that will listen. You were one of those people. That's all we have for that.
All right, and second question is just wondering what beings are around me at this time, if they have any messages. Thank you.
Reptilian hybrids are around you at this time. Humanoid, warning from you, your galactic family, crab species, but they are distant. Andromedans are around you at this time. But elementals, but you are aware of this. The tree people, but you are aware of that also. That is all. Blessings to you.
Blessings. Much love.
Okay, Christy, you're next.
Hello. My first question is I wanted to ask the Yael that came through, Flack was his name? I think so. What is my connection with him and any hybrid children with their race? Do I have any?
Within the Yael, you have 2 hybrid children, I believe. I think you're aware of more, but I do see 2 at this time. As for a connection with them, there were planets that were similar to Earth within the Yael species that you made before your incarnation here. I believe you're connected to the Yael. But it was one of them at least. You had several. But you were on a Yael planet that was similar to Earth. It was almost like a duplication of this planet, a clone in some regard, but not exactly. To prepare you for incarnations on this planet. A vacation planet in some regard.
And in that Yael, that one is the Reptilian that came through? That's the one you're connecting with?
No, I'm connecting with a Yael energy.
Okay.
There was a reptilian energy that came through here, yes, but that is not the one I'm connecting to. I'm connecting directly to the Yael that you asked for. But there was a reptilian that came through. But that's not who I connect. If you want to connect to that reptilian that came through?
Yeah, that's who I was asking about, if I was connected with him, and if I had hybrid children with their race. Was that the Yahyel Reptilian? Is that what I heard?
It was not Yahyel Reptilian, it was Draconian.
Oh, the Draconian. Okay, a neutral. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I was
And that,
wondering.
yes, you have many hybrid children with them. You also come from a red planet, the Draconians. So yes, you are very welcome. Red sky planet. Yes, you have many. As for the numbers, I am not here permitted to mention it, but it is many.
Okay, I understand that. And then I had asked about Lord Pakal earlier. So how am I connected with him in the Mayan culture and that time, that place right there, in their culture, with the star ancestors and everything?
You were a daughter of one that was very high up within that civilization. Very high up, not that ward, but one that was very close to the ward. So you have a inside information of all things that happened there, but not much remembrance in this lifetime, as you are aware of this. So yes, it is a life of much extraterrestrial, yes. I also believe you saw many within that family become very extraterrestrial-like in looks, feelings. And some became unfeeling because they became very reptilian.
Right.
So yes,
But
you have, yes.
at first, were they from Atlantis? Did they come there from Atlantis, like transfer?
They have Atlantean, some of them did, but some of them have Atlantean DNA, but some of them did come straight from Atlantis, yes. It's a mix of the two.
Would I be able to connect with that portal there then?
Yes.
Okay, I appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Okay, Cynthia, you're next. I think she's gone. So Carolina wants to know, her first question is, I've had many dreams swimming or around swimming pools with children. It feels like inside a spaceship. Can you tell me where that is and what I do there?
This is with the Yahyel.
Yeah.
Oh, pause. This is with the Yahyel. When they're swimming, the connection here. One moment. That is a cleanse, but as for doing what is going on there, is a hybridization program that she's connected to. That is connected to Reptilian also. Yahyel and Reptilian hybridization program. That's all. That's
Okay, her second question is, other than teaching me to command and how to be diplomatic with other beings, can you tell me what my connection is with Joe?
many past lives, mother, daughter, many different past lives, lovers, very connected to the Wirrans, humanoid and feline lifetimes, connections with the Ryan Wars also, but very family, but also intimate relationships throughout other lifetimes. But you have different male-female switch arounds and things of that sort also. But much of it actually were lifetimes in battle. But not the type you have here. These are more skirmishes, not exactly. Yeah, that's all I can. Well, you will understand. That's all I have for that.
Okay, next person is Terrence.
Yes, hello, greetings to you.
Yes.
My first question is this presence that I feel around, constantly in my house. Can you tell me what it is exactly?
Feel reptilian, but not in a negative way. Neutral reptilian. There for learning and observing at this time. I do not see negativity around this one. I would call him more of a protector, watching out for you at this time. Is there anything else?
Yes, thank you. My second question is there any information or guidance from just anyone around me?
Yes, you have a heavy presence, heavy Zeta presence around you at this time. They're bringing species to you, but it's still not too much where you do not understand it. At this time, there's much around you, but you only see a small percentage of it. Over time, they will become more clear of who they are, but they are light beings there to assist you in your extraterrestrial growth. They're observing, but you're observing them also. You just don't remember it. You're just not aware of it. Could you ask them to come? You just don't remember that. It is like a council is around you at this time, and you're working together, but as you wish to channel them or to connect to them in some way spiritually, their messages will become clear. They have messages of guidance, health, but at this time they are quiet about it. They're not going into why. This is a group you connect to on many lifetimes from Pleiadian worlds and others, but a lot of Pleiadian energies there at this time also. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to do the chat questions now. Okay, Emmy wants to know if there's any messages for her.
The Arcturians give you a big hug, but also they are training you for many lessons. You're going through a training process, and much of it will become more known to you in your living day, where you have flashes in front of you of what is to come. Many events are coming your way, but not. These are to help you. That is all.
Okay, her second question is, Is there any messages for Mary Soul Pick Donnie?
Not at this time.
Okay, Nabila wants to know if there's any messages for her.
What was the name of this person? Again, please.
Nabila.
Your guides say you're following your passions. You're opening up to new things. You are graduating from one type of spirituality to another, of awakening. There's much feline energy around you. As for Weirin, they are guiding you at this time, assisting you with your spiritual awakening process of opening up to different species. That is all at this time.
Okay, next question is from Susie. She wants to know, her first question is, when I speak at the Carmel Temple about my open portal of streams of consciousness, what do my guides wish for me to share?
What feels right? What feels right for you? Do not have to say everything, but you can always do this telepathically. You don't have to do it verbally. Telepathically, you say whatever you feel like. But if you must do it verbally, if you're without others, it is up to you. Do what feels right. But telepathically, you can say whatever you want. Whatever feels that you need to release. Blessings.
Okay, her second question is, which ETs will be speaking for me at this engagement?
It feels like those of your choosing, and it already has been chosen, but there's much Zeta presence there, but also those of the friendly species that you feel comfortable with. It has already been decided. I am unaware. That's all they're allowing for me to connect with. But it is who you would want to be there, let's put it that way. Blessings.
Okay, next question is from KJ Jackson. Any messages from my guides or higher self? And where has my astral self been lately?
We're at Andromeda at this time. As for an astral self. As for messages, reptilians are very connected to you. You've had many past lives with them. But they want to make it clear that you are friends with them and the Zetas. And you have a bond with them through many past lives. And as you remember all this, you'll feel the friendliness, the love from them without the fear. If there is any at the time. At least an understanding of them. This is the message they have. Blessings.
Okay. Next question is from Cemetery. He wants to know, I really hate my life now for the past 2 years. It doesn't feel like anything will ever change. It feels like things are getting worse. What's coming here more is that I don't know. I think I need a huge awakening or something to really change my life. What should he do? What do they do? Lorraine, what do you think?
Your Zeta family. A moment. Your Zeta family is assisting you right now, which isn't helping to some degree because you're connecting more to their energies and making you feeling more alienated to this world, becoming more isolated, feeling that you do not belong here. I understand that. But as for bringing yourself more down to earth where you could feel more comfortable, where you can live your daily life without, is to relax and let things go. Find relaxation whenever you can. There might be issues, but just to rest, to sleep, to just take it easy on yourself. Because there is much stress around you, but much of it's you're bringing it on. But this is understandable because of your connections from the past. We understand. Is to just give yourself a break, give your mind a break. Yes, we understand it is kind of difficult to connect to that to some degree. There are not at this time. There will be a species here that will have direct message for you in the future time, meaning not very long. So that's all I have for that. Blessings.
Okay. They have another question from Symmetry. Do I have my own personal angels, like I have my own personal guides? And if so, any messages for them?
Oh, yes, of course you always do. Archangel Michael is very close to you. Gabriel. One moment. Don't be so angry with yourself. Forgive yourself, but don't be so angry. Forgive the past. Let it go. Don't feel so bitter towards it. And if you must do so, don't let it hang over you. As conversation. Find someone where you can talk to, where you can say anything. If it's online, that way you can let out, you're doing this here. We realize it's difficult, but be more communicative to others so that you can hear you out and not judge you. The more you do this, the more you will heal. The more it will be easier. The more you out this anger within yourself, it will calm you down quite a bit. It will help you in your day. That is the message. Blessings.
Okay. Next question is from Freddie. He wants to know, how can I determine my incarnation date?
I wouldn't worry about that. Just through meditation, you'll be able to connect to it. But not necessarily important at this time. That's the answer I have for that this time.
Okay, his second question is, did I connect with my Celestine and, holy shit, I can't pronounce that, Chrysocolla crystals? If so, what's their message?
Yes, I understand exactly what You're going through a crystal cleanse at this time. Your message is that you are releasing many past lives that you are not aware of at this moment. That you are being loved by their energies. You are connecting to the angelic realms also. You're also connecting to the elemental world of Gartha. You're doing this, you're balancing yourself out. Even it might not feel that much in your day-to-day life, where you are becoming like a crystal being yourself, but you are technically already one. Becoming more aware of it over as you get used to this. It will become more clear of how powerful you truly are. You're activating much within your soul at this time. It is still taking some. It will take some time to get used to it, but it will become more clear over the span of time.
Okay. Next question is from Dion. Oh no, Crystal Eve is next. Does Archangel Michael have any messages regarding how to improve my health?
One way is a daily meditation, but also to forgive your sins, because much of it has not been forgiven. That will free you. Have many past lives that is causing your health issue also, that need to be explored and released, that have been hiding around you. Because part of your contract is to hold on to them, but it's also there where you're being allowed for them to release also. So there's much there that can be released where you'll feel better, spiritually, even health-wise. But there are also many spiritual healers you can connect to. That you will, when you are ready for them, they will find you. Or you will find them. But much of these other lifetimes need to be released for this to happen.
Okay. Okay, next question's from Dion. I've been speaking about aliens in my stand-up comedy recently. Is this a positive direction for my comedy?
Yes. Yes. You're also making more aware of what is going on in your society. It is a higher. Yes, you have a certain way of approaching it where others are not getting when they are totally in the dark, not understanding you. As long as you keep it general, they will understand. Such as if you mention a cat alien or dog alien, they will still understand you. So yes, you are on the right track.
Okay. Second question is, are there any messages for him?
Yes, and after this I must be leaving.
Okay.
You are following your heart, but follow it so much where you have exactly what you want, meaning possess what you want in your mind, and it will happen. You are on the right track, you're becoming stronger spiritually, and yes, you know of these aliens, but you'll also be able to connect to them over time, where you can see them, even breathe them as you go forward. This will be sometime in your future, you are becoming more powerful, more used to it. And this comedy is good for you because it helps you get used to all this also, and others. But mostly for you because you have a more understanding. Blessings to you. I must be leaving. Much love to all of you. Sectoids send you much love to your society. And much of our society of us will become known in your future time. So you become more familiar to our ways. Blessings to you. was different. Wasn't it always? Yeah, anybody could do a blessing and us out.
Sure, I would. Thank you. Much love. Thank you, Ivan. No.
Much love for everyone.
Dio, 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 Tara, Tadi, Tadi, Kotata, Tira, Tora, 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 Suta, Toria, Tora, Tora, Kikotari, Satoria, Tora, Satoria, Tora, Sikoria, Satoria, Yaniketa, Kata, Kishuk, Shokosha, Atrajatin, yes, 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 too.
Thank you for that. Blessings all. Thank you for being part of this, and much love to everyone. And tomorrow's webinar is tomorrow night. So don't forget we have a t-shirt contest. We added more details to that, what the winners get, but for right now, it's pretty self-explanatory on the site. So much love, everyone.